I see it says live.
We live, Jock.
Hey, we back. We back.
Bro, guess what?
What?
We 21 today, dog.
Hey, this week came fast.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
This week did come fast. It did. 21 came fast. Shit.
Keep this though. We got snow today.
Listen, if you saw my post on Facebook, you know I'm not happy. I could have did. Listen, I could have did. You know, I'm a summer baby. I don't like no snow. I never liked it. I hate driving it. I hate walking in it. I hate seeing it. I hate shoveling. Yeah. All that stuff. I was not happy about it. But I mean, I guess we've been lucky because truthfully, we haven't had no snow really all year. I mean, the snow that we had never stuck. You know what I'm saying? So I can't complain. Get my Rick James bang out the way. Sorry, y'all. Rick James.
Rick James bang. Hey, working title number 1 of this show. Rick James bang.
Yeah, man. Got this Rick James bang going on.
Well, look, speaking of the snow, I don't know if you saw our homie Leon Rogers' Instagram post today.
Well, with him playing with his kids.
No, about the snow today. He was
I didn't see that one.
Man, he went on a rant. He went on a 20-second rant outside some of the snow.
I got to see it.
When you get a chance, go look at it because what he said is how I felt. Because everybody all week long, last week, man, when we going to get some snow? Man, I can't wait for the snow. Leon was pissed. He felt like he was pissed. But,
somebody was summoned to snow all last week. I'm like, my sister, shout out to my sister Courtney. Her birthday is tomorrow, actually. So she been waiting for the snow. And
waiting for the snow.
Yeah, she's a snow baby, and I hate it.
I hate the snow because I'm the one that gotta like shovel that shit. So that's why I hate it.
But see, that's the funny thing. Like my dad, he had, it's 4 girls. So we shovel the snow. Yeah, we shovel the snow.
Breaking news. You mean to tell me the Tise sisters was outside?
We got video evidence that we shovel snow. Yeah, we shovel snow. Especially now because my dad is older. So, if we all over there, it is like a lot of snow. We all do it. And my parents, their house is kind of big, so 2 of us in the front, 2 of us in the back, and that's how we do it.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah. I mean, my daddy still he growing up, he still did the bulk of it, but we shovel snow because you got to think about it. My dad, he used to work overnight, so if he working, an hour and a half away, by the time he get home, we got to shovel out ourselves out
so he can get in.
So we figured it out.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
See y'all. Hey, let me tell y'all something. For you men out here that watch this show, these teen women, all right, don't get it fooled. They'll get the job done if they need to, okay?
Definitely.
Hey, I need to recognize.
Now listen, I don't want to, but I'm just saying if I had to.
She ain't saying she wants to, but just
definitely. Let's be clear. If you want to come shovel my snow, you can come shovel my snow.
Your arms or some of your legs, and you just can't do it that one time.
Yeah, I got you.
She ain't gonna be waiting. She know how to do it.
Yeah, I got you, boo.
All right, okay. All right. Breaking news. There we go.
Yeah.
How was your
Christmas, bro? I was gonna ask you the same thing. How was your Christmas, bro?
Mine was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. I ate a lot.
Of course, I did too.
Got a chance to get some rest for a little bit, but it was good. I had a fun Christmas. You?
Me too. Yeah, we do our family grab bag, so we did the gift exchange on Christmas. That's always fun. We cooked a whole bunch. We always be like, we don't cook that much, but we cooked a lot of food. But yeah, it's always a good time. We have fun. I did. I got some nice gifts, and it was just fun being with the family.
I'm sure y'all family gathers was lit because every time I come around, y'all be lit. So I'm sure Christmas
Yeah, we
was fun.
everybody like coming to our house because we just
Yeah, I
it's
know.
just easy, breezy. We
Yeah,
ain't we all my family. If you're in my family, we jokesters, so we all silly. So if you
heck
yeah,
yeah.
and we gonna get on you. So
You gotta have thick
if you
skin over there,
sensitive,
boy.
don't
Yeah,
come around us because we
yeah,
definitely gonna get at you.
yeah. Cause your sister love to crack jokes.
Oh yeah, all of them, and my
Yeah,
daddy too.
yeah. He get on you too. He get on you
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah. So no, we had a good
Cool.
time.
That's
It,
cool.
it was fun.
Okay. Well, I know.
So
That next day though, boy, I was hurting. Boy, I had to get up early because we had practice. Man, I was
mm.
hurting, boy. I was like, man, I need another hour. Jeez.
It's
I'm
that
getting
season for
old,
you,
man.
bro.
But I'm getting old, man. That whole staying up late, I can't do it no more. After
Yeah, I
drinking,
be
hanging
needing a
out.
nap, bro.
Yeah,
I mean
man.
the nap. Like if it say something that's gonna be going on late and it's after shit, how key after 8 o'clock, I'd be like, let me take a nap.
Yeah. Get
Let me
that
take a
nap
nap
in.
before I go out.
Yeah.
Because if I don't take no nap, I ain't gonna be no fun. So yeah, I need my pre go out nap at this age. Because
That's why I tell
otherwise,
people. That's why I tell
yeah.
people in the summer, I love day parties.
That day party, that's my thing.
I
I
love
go
it.
to a day party every weekend because
Yeah.
we go, we have fun, we drink, and we go home.
And go home. And I go to sleep.
Yes, in normal people hours.
And then people be talking about, man, I'm gonna have a party. I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. What time? Around, man, get there around 9, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock at night? I don't know, bro. I might have just taken you out on my own.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I feel
that's
you though.
that's that old stuff. I'm an old man.
You're old head now.
I'm an old man. I'm an old head now. Old head. So other than that, I mean, shoot. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this part of the show is we're gonna name this "What Happened in Letice's Week."
Oh my
Okay,
gosh, I already know
so
what you. Cause
listeners,
I should
Letice,
have told y'all that first,
Letice has a great story for us. Okay, all
bro.
right.
I don't know if it's a great story. It's
Well,
hilarious. It
it
was funny to me.
it was
It was
funny to
funny to me.
Letice, and it was
Yeah.
funny of her explaining it. So we're gonna name this this segment Letice's My First Karen.
This is my first Karen, bro.
Let's
Bro,
hear it.
bro, I experienced my first Karen seriously in real life. Like I see Karens on, on Instagram and Facebook and
Yep.
TikTok. Like I've never been in a situation where, or even know like any ladies, like any white ladies that's like Karens, like for real, for real. So I was in the store and the store clearly says on the door, on the outside of the door, on the window,
Yeah.
it's a big chain store and it says, face covering required, to come in the store. This lady walks in, no face covering, and I didn't see her. So it was actually, honestly, you should name this segment White on White Crime because she got into it with another white lady because I was in the front getting ready to ring up, and she was like maybe two people behind me. And the lady saw her with no mask on in the front, and she was just like, seriously? She was like, all right, so you're just gonna just breathe your COVID on everybody? Like seriously?
Whoa.
And then
Whoa.
she was like, the lady was like, oh my gosh, relax. She's like, relax. It's not a law for us to wear masks. So the lady was like, well, it's not a law, but it's a mandate. It clearly says on the door that you need a face
Face
covering before
covering.
you come
Yeah.
in here. She was like, no, I don't. I can stand here without it. I'm like, well, it do say on the door that you're not supposed to have it on. I mean, the thing is, it's just like, fine. If you feel like it's not a law and you feel like you should be able to do that, Here's the thing. This store does not want you in here without a face covering. Get your goofy ass out the store and go buy online or do something, because you're wasting our time. Like, you're wasting our time trying to fight the power. Like, it's the weirdest thing that they really be thinking that this is somehow taking your civil rights away. Like, it's a face covering. Like, to be honest, I don't know what it's doing. I don't know if it's helpful, but I still don't want your spit particles on me, because y'all be the main ones just standing too close to people, talking and all that juicy mouth coming out. Like, But she got into it with the lady, bro. They kept going back and forth. The lady went in the back. The other lady went in the back and asked for the manager. That was what really cracked me up, because she went to the back to get the manager. The manager, like 12 years old. She don't want to really get involved because it's Christmas Eve and she's a baby.
She's ready to go home.
She ready to go home, and she just wants these two older hags to just be quiet. So they going back and forth, and she went in the back, but the lady ended up leaving. She was telling her just, how many hospital beds, there are, because her husband is an ER doctor, and it's just how bad it is and how disrespectful she is to everybody. And, she was like, I hope you get sick,
Damn.
Yeah.
It was spicy.
I was, you know what? If I wouldn't have been already in the front, lady wouldn't have been behind me, put my phone out. I would have been recording.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
y'all. So
hold on. Wait. We got to rewind. Wait. So she really told this lady, you coming up in here and we got to breathe your COVID air.
Yeah, she was like, you putting your COVID air. She was like, you breathing your COVID on everybody. That shit was funny to me. So I laughed at that. And then
you don't know how classic that is.
Man, she's like, you bringing your
COVID.
She's like, you breathing your COVID on everybody. And then she was like, she's like, you know what? I hope you get sick. I really do. I hope you get sick. And I was like, yeah, me too, kind of. She wasted our damn time in here.
Listen,
arguing this whole time, but it's like stupid. Like,
it is
seriously,
stupid. It is stupid. But I don't mean no harm, because I got a lot of white homies, but I love to see white people get into it. I just be standing back laughing and be
hilarious.
I'd be like, ooh,
it's hilarious.
Spicy.
Oh yeah, because if you think black people go low, man,
no.
You ain't
low.
You ain't got into it with a white person before. They gonna get low. At you.
like on the airplane, that airplane with that white lady and that white man, they was going back and forth.
Oh yeah.
Girl.
She's the one who spit on her?
Yeah. Spit on dude. I was like, ooh, look at this white on white crowd. Look at this. Look at this. And then she punched him.
Yeah. Now bro. Now if the wife was a different color.
No.
If that was a sister.
If the wife was a sister.
The wife was a sister.
Yeah, it's a sister.
Ain't no sense. She ain't sitting there and letting this lady get into it with her husband. You can.
If
I'm sitting here with my man, ain't no other lady getting into it with him. Period.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Understand? Now, you argue with me, okay?
Let's take it further. What if you was sitting there and she spit on your man?
Oh, I'm getting kicked off. I'm getting kicked off the plane. I'm telling you, I'm getting kicked off the plane. And you didn't spit. You didn't put your COVID spit on him. Oh, no. You about to get these hands, my girl.
I'm glad.
I would have been. Y'all would have saw me getting right off the plane, because that's not gonna happen. No,
me and my wife would have both went to jail.
Yeah, we would have got kicked off. It's one thing to be arguing, then you spit.
I'd have put her in the full Nelson. I had my wife just.
Oh no, I know your wife. No, she ain't going. That wouldn't. The minute she even looked like she's gonna get spit, she would slap spit from my mouth. Like, yeah.
Everything I love. That's the truth.
Oh yeah, that wasn't finna happen.
I showed my mom that video on Christmas Day.
What she say?
My mama took her glasses off after she was watching it. She said, "Ain't nowhere in the hell." She said that lady would have been carried off that plane.
Listen, bro. She ain't. I think every black woman watching that was thinking, yeah, yo. And you know what? To their defense, they're a little bit older, but it probably don't even matter. No matter what age that is the situation, if a black wife or a black girlfriend is sitting right there, she going crazy.
Yeah, when you spit on somebody, like all bets is off.
All bets are off. I wouldn't even be mad if he would have slapped her. To be honest,
what I'm saying.
I wouldn't have been mad if he would have slapped her because it's just like you don't spit on somebody. I don't think like what will make you do that. She probably was drunk. Cause people they be drunk before they get on that plane a lot, bro. They get, especially depending on some of them airports. They had a bars that's close to the gates and they be lit.
Yeah, like
they be lit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They be lit. So she probably was drunk.
She was a Karen. Mm-hmm. She just should have minded her business. It ain't her place to go up to somebody and be like, "You need to put on your mask."
Right.
That ain't your place. You let the flight attendants know.
Let the flight attendant know and then handle it. But they feel like they can that they have the right to tell everybody what to do. And you don't. You don't.
And she ran up on the right one because if she would have run up on the wrong one, we'd have been seeing the video. She would have been dragged all through that aisle of that plane by Waukesha.
By Waukesha, for sure,
for real, because
for sure,
that Wale. But I was watching it and I had sent it to somebody, and I was like, look, here goes some white on white crowd for y'all. Oh man,
yeah, that was hilarious.
But lately it's been real spicy on these airplanes and these airports.
That's why I'm like, I don't even. It's the catch-22 about flying and. Going out, like, it's just like people are nuts. Like, it's already, we're dealing with COVID, but like you said, it's been a whole bunch of fights because people that don't want to wear their mask versus people that's wearing their mask. And I don't know. I think people just need to go back home. I think they need to just shut it down.
Straight up.
Yeah, they need to just shut it down. And I think, like, I feel sorry for the workers because I'm like, they don't get paid enough to deal with this. Like, it's almost like you damn near need security on every plane at this point.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid.
These people crazy, man. Like
these folks is crazy. I mean, that's why, like the airlines, like I think, like United, they had closed down. Like they had canceled so many flights on New Year's Eve because
they did
with the COVID, and then just for people not being able to work. Like I don't know. I think people when they finally get on a plane, they just be crazy. I don't know. It's weird.
What it is, and like you said, they be drinking, and then a lot of them people just don't want to follow these guidelines. You have to follow those guidelines on the airplane in the airport.
Yeah. But if you don't want to follow them, don't fly. It's that simple. Like, I don't understand why you're making it complicated. Like, if you want to have an airplane where you want to fly without face coverings, build your own plane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just fly private. I mean, I don't understand. Like, it's just stupid. It's just stupid.
But if you got to understand, if your ass is on Spirit, you have to wear a fucking mask, okay?
If you're on Spirit, if you're on Southwest, if you're on American, if you're on United,
all them motherfuckers.
Yes, you gotta wear
a mask. And that's how it is.
Just get over it. Yeah. Yeah, that's not. It's really not rocket science.
Well, I hope the people that's traveling for New Year's Eve, I hope they don't have any issues like we had back when the Bears was playing in Vegas that weekend, because they can't. Like you said, they already canceled flights on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
So who knows how it might be on New Year's Eve and that next day when people
if I had to travel, honestly, I wouldn't even want to travel. Like, those are heavy travel days, and just with the emergence of all this, this variant, stuff that's going on, like, I wouldn't want to travel on those high travel days. Like, I would try to figure out how can I travel on the days where, it's the least amount of people, honestly, because it's just like, it's so stupid, bro. We stand in line. We got these face coverings on, and then we got this 6 feet of space, and then we get in a plane and pack on like sardines. And the plane already don't have ventilation, so it's already a bed for, all kinds of viruses anyway. So it's just like, it's kind of counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of stupid, but
that's why at worst, put on your mask. That's why they're telling you to put on your mask.
Yeah,
like you just said. It's already. People used to fly, Tise, before this pandemic happened. People did fly on the plane with face masks.
Yeah.
People used to get on there with a damn face mask.
Yeah, because they would try, because a lot of people get sick from the plane because it's really a hotbed for
Germs.
all kind of for germs.
Yeah,
Absolutely, it's a hotbed for germs. That's why it's like always when I'm flying, I try to make sure I'm double up on my vitamins, and I take emergency a couple days before. I take it while I'm there. I take it a couple things back because I don't like being sick, and
Were you
I
out
be
of
blessed.
town?
Yeah, I be blessed.
Knock on wood. I ain't never been sick either when I'm out of town.
I be blessed that I like when I'm on airplanes. I don't really come back sick. So that's my I've been blessed in that area. So
I remember last year when we went to, I think it was Vegas, and the pandemic was still going on, but they were starting to lighten up on a lot of stuff with the restrictions. But Southwest, they didn't book flights to capacity, so basically you had a seat open in the middle. Man,
which is good.
That.
Yeah,
I love that, man.
Yeah.
That seat was open.
I think all the flights should do that. To be honest, unless you're a family, I feel like they should. But you know what? They so money hungry, and they want to act like they lost so much money.
Yeah.
When the planes were down, which is a lie. No, you may not be making all the money that you want to for the year, but you already make so much, bro. They already make so much to access that. It's just American greed, man. It's just like, come on, you then they tack on all these fees. All this other stuff was supposed to be, for COVID related, but all them fees they tack on, some of that stuff, these baggage fees that they was saying, remember the baggage fees started around September 11th.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was supposed to be temporary because they were having the fees because they were basically trying to recover what they lost from.
Yeah.
But it's been, how long September 11 been? 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they still, and that don't fees ain't get nothing but go up and add more fees. So they be full of it, man. They be full of it.
They greedy, man. They greedy. The CEOs are greedy. They want those big bonuses. You know how it is, but like you said earlier, how much do they pay the workers?
Right.
Little or nothing. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Man. Nope. And that's why these workers, I don't blame them for walking off the job. Because you want to make this stuff mandatory, but why don't you just give them a higher wage?
Right. And then too, bro, kind of segue into something we said we're gonna talk about anyway, but to tell you how much the greed is, like with the CDC changing the quarantine time from 10 to 5 days.
Yeah.
That was a suggestion from Delta Airlines.
Yep, that was from Delta.
That was Delta because they complaining about their people, about a worker shortage, and this is why they did that. So it has nothing to do with health; it's everything to do with money. That's why I'm like, it's America greed gonna be the death of us, because it really is. I mean, we're still leading the world with deaths of COVID, and we're supposed to be the world leaders, and it's a shame. It's a shame because we don't want to shut down. We don't want to wear masks in the store. We don't want to keep space in between each other. It's everything that to safeguard or to help the situation better. We don't want to do it because we land of the free,
We land of the free, and it's money, like you said, money hungry.
That's why I don't listen to the CDC half the time, because it's like they got their sponsors and people who pay them. They're not really thinking about health. They're thinking about the people that's donating or whatever. It's just a mess, bro. It's just a mess. It's just a hot mess.
It is a hot mess, and we're gonna be in this mess for another
10 years,
4 years. Because I'm honest with you, Tise. I'm at the point now, man. Like, if I don't have my mask on, I feel like I don't have like my undershirt on or my drawers. I feel like I'm missing something.
Feel naked, bro.
Now. Yeah, for real. I get out the car, literally. If I get out the car and I'm getting ready to walk to a store, I can feel it like shit.
Yeah.
I get my mask. Like, I feel it. And
And
then
you
when you
figure you
walk
only
in,
in the store for a few minutes, so you can wear that mask for a few minutes, Joe.
I walked in a store like a gas station, 7-Eleven, one of them, and I forgot my mask. And you can literally feel like I'm out of place. Because
Yeah.
everybody in there got their mask on. And
Yeah.
everybody in there looking at you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so it's like I'm just used to it now, man.
I'm used to it too. I don't really care. To be honest, like I said, I don't really care. I don't like people saying about me anyway. So I'm okay with some of the COVID rules because I don't want y'all about me anyway, and I don't want your spit particles on me anyway. So I'm perfectly okay.
I've always felt like we should social distance. Like
Yeah.
I've always felt like that, even way before this thing. Like I
Yeah.
felt like we should like have some distance in between us in places.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah,
You know,
I totally agree. That's what I said. I'm a person that don't like you to be on top of me anyway. So
you really want your 6 feet.
I want 12 feet.
Damn, you want 12?
Yeah, that's 6 feet. When you look at that mark, I'll be like, and honestly, I'd be like, this is like a 3 feet marker. This don't like no damn 6 feet.
It
This is
don't look
like
like
3
6 feet
feet.
either.
This is like
It don't
3
like 6
feet.
feet.
Because I'm like, and this other guy, like I was in the store too this past because I did most of my shopping online this year. I did online or I did pick up. Because I hate shopping in the stores anyway. And I was in the store getting something. Maybe I can Target. And this guy was so close on me, bro. He had a whole bunch of stuff in his hand. And he was just like, I turned around and I was like, could you move? And he was like, I think he told me he didn't speak English or whatever. Do you know what this means? Move. You're too close. Like, dude, I was just like,
you're too close, buddy.
You too close, my friend. I was like, you gotta move back, man. I'm like, you too close. I'm like, why are you so close on me? Like, even without COVID, I don't want anyone I don't know that close to me.
I know. I've been to stores, Walgreens, and people be like on top of another person.
Yeah, I don't trust that. I feel like you're doing something.
You're doing something.
Yeah,
you're trying to steal something.
Trying to steal, man. Yeah, gone.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, I don't need you to be that close to me. You gotta chill out.
Yeah, this 6 feet, like this social distance thing, it's needed for some places.
Every place.
Because man, some people don't know how to like give you their space. They be all up on you, man. Like, and then you want to just get ass a quick bow, like get your ass out of here, man.
Throw them bows.
But you can't do that though.
No.
You can't do it. You're gonna get a Karen. They're gonna call the police on you.
And you going to jail.
Yeah, she gonna say you stabbed her, some shit like that. But hey, real quick, let's get into the news for the week. The only really, really big thing that happened was old girl was found guilty. Kim Potter. That shot the black man and killed him.
Yeah.
She was a cop. She said she was reaching for a taser. She's reached for a taser, ended up pulling out her gun.
Yeah.
You know, at the time, I hated to hear that when it first happened, and I was like, here we go again. You know, I'm going to say this about the whole situation. It's unfortunate. I've talked to police officers who say, I've got actually both sides to this. I've talked to some who say, no, you know where your taser's at versus your gun. And I've talked to some that say, I can see that happening for less experienced or less, not as experienced officers. So
she was 20-some years in, though,
exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm saying. So like I've got both sides of it, but from the people I talked to was like, no, you know where you put your taser and your gun, like that's like the one thing you do when you in roll call right before you go to roll call. You know you put everything. So it's unfortunate, but hey, she got to do the time now.
Good. Her tears. Her tears didn't work, but they worked for Rittenhouse. So you know who's a celebrity now, but you know it is what it is. She only gonna get probably like I think they said maybe 7 years. That will probably be max is what she can get. So she ain't gonna really do no hard time. But I mean, I guess for a cop and for her, you know, it's still a win. I guess, you know, not a win for that family, but yeah, she need to be in jail.
She deserved to go to jail.
She'd be in jail.
Yeah, she deserved to go to jail, and I'm glad they went ahead and got this done quick.
Yeah,
and didn't string this out and waste taxpayers' money because she deserves to go to jail.
Yeah.
You know, and the little ugly tears she had, wasn't nobody trying to hear that.
No. Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
something else too, bro. Before we get into anything else, that happened this week too. I think this happened yesterday or today. Was rest in peace to Bishop Desmond Tutu. He South African.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's South African. Bishop, basically Archbishop. So, why you laughing?
Wait, go ahead. I ain't talking about him dying.
What? I can't even finish. I can't even finish the statement.
I just got something to say about him.
What?
Go ahead.
Go no. Say it, bro. Say it. You gotta. I can't even finish it. You know what? You ridiculous.
I'm sorry. But when I think of him, I think of him for two reasons. One, in that Michael Jackson video, Man in the Mirror, and then two, that meme, that gift that they have right now, where he going like this. So I'm sorry.
You need help.
I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. But again, help. Rest in peace to Desmond Tutu, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to him. Anybody who, if you our age, like you said, you grew up with him, you saw Michael Jackson video. Yeah. I feel like he was on the episode 2 of like Cosby Show too, bro. Cosby Show or maybe it was different world. It was because
it might have been.
It might have been because around that time, you know, the end of apartheid was big back then in the 80s. So I think in 80s and like early 90s. So I think. I don't know. I feel like he's in one of those episodes, but anyway,
he might have been. Yeah, he might have been. Yeah. But that's why I was laughing, man.
You crazy.
I'm sorry. I just had to.
Y'all see, it's not me. It's Moses that can't be serious.
Listen, they know me that I'm. You know, sometimes I get a little silly. But
yeah.
I just had to get it out.
Whatever. Poor Desmond Tutu.
And we gotta talk about Insecure.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta talk about Insecure.
It was sad. I mean, you know, that was my favorite show for a long time. Like I love Issa Rae. I've, like I said before on the show, I've loved her since Aqua Black Girl, and her Insecure was like kind of based on Aqua Black Girl. So if you watch Aqua Black Girl, her series on YouTube, you know the similarities, and even some of the people that she had on that show, she brought on Insecure, which is so dope. But I don't know. I loved the show because I feel like I'm an Aqua Black girl, right? Like, you know, I'm not hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm not suburban. I live in suburbs, but I'm like right there in the middle. I'm a little bit of both.
What have I always told you since Insecure came out? What have I always told you?
That I'm Easter. I know it. I know that I'm quirky. You know what I'm saying? I got my quirky ways about me, and it's just like how she think, and even her inconsistent ways and start stuff and not finish it. Like I could relate to her life, and so I thought it was good to see like a Black lady that, you know, was not all. We either on the shows they show us, bro, we either have it all together or we struggling, you know. And now it's a person that she's getting there. She's in the process. You know what I'm saying? So that was good to see. And for our generation, it was just so relatable, man. I think even like it wasn't even just relatable to just Black people. It was relatable to all races, because I have like white friends that would inbox me and ask me, because they don't watch the show. They're like, did you see it and what you think? And because they can relate to, you know, the characters on the show too. So it was like a universal show that I think really spoke to our time period. You know what I'm saying? And just to see it go, I would say. But the finale, people was complaining, but I thought, for the time that they had and what they were trying to do, I think they did a good job. I think it was one of the best finales, because finales are always hard. You know what I'm saying? Because what do you do? Like you can't.
How do you end it?
Because it doesn't matter if you have an hour or 2 hours. It's no way you can fully put all the storylines together. So I think it was cool that they used the birthdays to transition to different time periods, and I think it was cool that that the black women in the story had a happily ever after, where they had their success and they had love. Like, it's so many times where it's just like you have to have love or success, and people say that. Like, I've heard people say that.
Yeah.
And they tell you, like, if you're gonna be a successful black woman, you're not gonna be married or you can't be in a relationship. Like, that's what you're told, and I'm like, that's bull. Like,
that's what you're told, and that's, I hate to say it, but that's
we
what
see it a lot.
A
but
lot
I
of
think
other
people
older
buy
women
it.
say that to other women.
I do, but you know what, bro? I think you do. They do, but I think because they bought into it. I'm not buying into that. Like, I'm not buying into that theory that I can't have love and I can't have success. Like, I don't believe that. I think that there's a guy for me that we can both do that. He can be successful. I can be successful, and that doesn't mean. I mean, obviously, it's common sense to think that it's gonna be. That's what relationship is. It's a work. We're gonna have to be on purpose with what we do to make sure our relationship work for us. But I feel like it can be done. It felt like it could be done. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was happy about that. I was happy Molly got married and she was happy. Like, it was happy with no asterisk. She was just happy.
No, right. She was happy.
You know, so yeah, it was dope. It was dope. I know everybody was Team Lawrence, you know, and her and Lawrence got back together. I was on the fence about that because I always have a problem when ladies are in relationships and they're happy, and then the ex come along and want to, you know, fix things. I hate that shit, to be honest. In real life, I hate that, but in the story world, you know, I get why they did it because that was his person. But in real life, a lot of the times, sometimes that's toxic. You know, a lot of times it's not a healthy situation. Some people just hold on to familiarity, and it's not always that good. But I loved it. I'm gonna miss the show, but as long as they got the episodes on, you know, HBO, I'll go back and watch it. I said I was gonna do that too because now that it's gone, I said I was gonna go back and
I started
season
already.
1 again.
I started already.
Yeah. So what'd you think?
You know what? For me, I'm gonna be completely honest. Insecure was probably one of the best shows that portrayed single dating urban women that we've probably seen, and it probably was the most relatable for us.
Yeah,
because all of us we either can define ourselves with each character, especially women, or even for the men, we know we have been in those situations when it comes to dating or just with relationships, period. And Issa did a great job, and even with other writers and directors, of portraying every season of a storyline for each person in that show. And the finale was everything that I wanted it to be. I wanted Issa and Lawrence to get back together. I wanted Molly to be happy finally, and not with a dude that she quote unquote had standards for.
Or step down.
This dude was totally opposite of what she portrayed. She wanted the whole show.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So and sometimes that is a reality.
Absolutely.
You don't always get on your checklist what you so-called want. It don't always work like that. So I think H.E.R is gonna go down as one of the best shows ever. Just like we view the Cosby Show. Just like we view Different World. I think that's how H.E.R is gonna be. I'll tell you who for me is one of the best characters on that show, Kelly.
Kelly was hilarious.
I didn't realize this till yesterday reading about the show. You know, she was a writer.
Yeah, she was a writer for SNL.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, she's writing for SNL, and she wrote for this show too. And I think they were saying that she wrote the character, but they was like when she was writing it, and she was like when they was reading it and stuff, like they felt like that should be her. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be, she should be the character. Like you should be that, you're Kelly. And so I think I mean, like I know, like I said, I know like some of the shows have the formula where it's always a big girl or it's always a dark girl. Like, but this was a little bit different in the sense that they didn't make her being like a chubby chick. Like that wasn't like her
or couldn't
thing.
find a man or
Yeah,
all that. Yeah,
no, that wasn't her thing.
Yeah, all
Right,
that.
it really wasn't. It just so happened she's a thick chick. You know what I'm saying? But she wasn't a butt of jokes. You know what I'm saying? Nope. And she wasn't making her weight jokes. Like it was just like she was just Kelly, and I like that because you forget that's how it should be. Like her being a bigger lady, that should be an afterthought to who she is as a person. You think about Kelly, I think she like about the funny stuff that she said. Like I always would be like, this is growth. This is where I got that from.
Yeah,
I got that from her. Like, so
growth, bitch.
Yes. she
be killing me when she said
she's like had all the perfect punchlines, so it was like a perfect marriage for all of them, Her
punchlines were perfect.
Yeah, she was just jokes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Everything. And I think too, bro, I think this is a good example of when you have Black directors, Black producers, Black writers, Black videographers, like everything Black, and then she had other staff members that were different races on there too. But when you have a dominant Black staff, then you can have a dominant Black story where it's no whitewashing in it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why it was good, because she can tell her story in her eyes, and that's why it was so relatable. Because even though it's based in LA, and I love that Issa, she loved her city, and she was true to bringing the LA elements to the show. And so even though that's LA, we know as Black people, it's the hood is almost the same everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it's well, even when we go somewhere, you'd be like, what are Black people at? Because it's a difference maybe in look and maybe a little bit in feel, but honestly, the dynamic is as far as the person at the corner store, the person barbecue, it's the same. It's the same
hood stuff.
It's the same hood stuff, no matter where we go. So I think that even though there was an LA city, it was still could be relatable to people in Chicago, people in New York, because it's Black people, and it's just I keep stressing enough that it was just like Black people telling Black stories is just we just need more of it. Because sometimes you got Black people. A lot of times, bro, we've been in the past we had Black stories, and then it's not necessarily Black people writing it. You can and. It's not that somebody white can't be in the writer's room with them, but it's just important to have like a dominant Black voice to be like, no, we wouldn't really say that. Or we don't really do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true story.
Yeah.
True story. You're right.
Yeah. It was cool.
Everybody in Issa's writing room was Black.
Yeah. She had some whites in there too. She had some whites or Hispanic. Like it's very diverse. Like if you watch the documentary, you'll see that she does have a diverse staff, you know what I'm saying? And so, but the head people in there are Black. And even this white guy said that on documentary, he was like, this the first time he came on as like a producer, and he was the only white guy in the room. He was like, that was different for him, but he was like, it's also been one of the best experiences he's ever had, just because they really built like a really good friendship. So everybody else too. If you didn't watch the show, if you watched the finale, watch the documentary too. That's real good.
And shout out to HBO for
doing it,
for doing it, because I remember Issa told a story how when she approached them about it, they was like, yeah, no problem, we'll do a pilot and see how it goes. And it went well because like you said, about her from her days on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's how I found out about her. I seen it one day and I was like, this is good because it's like relatable. It was funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was funny to me with her little dry jokes.
Yeah.
And her little awkwardness.
Yeah. And her rapping. In the mirror. And
you see how the story ended on how it ended with her with the little line she said, my pussy broke. Yeah. Remember she did that song.
She had a song called Broken Pussy.
Yeah. So I thought that was dope how they ended it like that. Like you know what I mean? So that show, it's gonna go down. And like my kids, when they get older, they probably gonna catch on to it.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like, man, this was really good.
It was, bro.
You know what I mean?
Good.
So
it was breathtaking. I mean, I know like the season started off definitely. It was kind of like underwhelming for some episodes.
It was.
That's just honest, but it wasn't bad. It's just we were just knowing it's the last season, and we were all just wanting some juicy stuff. But when you finally see the finale, you can see that they were just trying to pad and just get the story perspective so that when it gets to the end and it's busy, it all makes sense. So,
it makes sense.
Yeah, it was.
Do you know who Mike Hill is?
Mm-hmm.
Now he had tweeted. I thought he made a great point, and he wasn't trying to. He wasn't trying to down the show, but he had tweeted that when will men have a show like Insecure, single men, where they'll be able to be shown in that light.
Yeah.
How the ladies in Insecure was. And he was saying how like men need a positive show like that.
Yeah.
I thought he made a great point.
I think so too.
About it. What has there ever been a show with men like that?
There's a new show out that's actually on Bounce TV. I think it's called Brother Johnson or Johnson Brothers, something like that. And it's male centric, where the 4 male characters they're single, married, whatever, and they're kind of following that formula where it would be normally for women, but it's male centric. It's pretty good. It's on Bounce TV. D.L. Hughley is on there. That guy, the ex-football player, I forget his name, the dark skinned guy. He was on P-Valley too. He was on P-Valley. I can't think of his name. Mercedes used to he used to live across the street from Mercedes.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but he's on there too.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Damn, I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, it's an actually good show, but he's right. There isn't a lot of shows on there. The shows have always had Black male characters. Like Living Single you had Kyle, you had Overton. Like they had the Black men in there to add, like, I guess, balance to the show, but there hasn't been one where the males were the lead. So I'm for it. I think it's time, and hopefully it's another show too that's out that's on NBC. I think it's called Grand Crew or something like that.
That just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, it just came out. I think it just.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I just gotta check it out too. I just saved it on my Hulu. So, but that's another. I guess that's another story centered around for Black men, and kind of too. Atlanta is based around Black male friendship. So it's definitely not as much as it is for Black women. So, but truthfully though, bro, if they put them out there, the question is, are men gonna watch it?
That's always the question.
Because women watch TV and we watch these shows.
I'm gonna be honest with you, T. Since we talked about that, how many people thought that men watch Insecure?
I was surprised at how many men actually watched
A lot of men watch Insecure.
Yeah, a lot of men watch Insecure. I've had a lot of conversations with guys about Insecure, which was, surprising.
I was on the fence about it. When at first I was like, I don't know if this might be a chick flick type show. I don't know if I can get into it. Yeah, but I got right into it because the story made sense.
Yeah, and it's cool. Sense. Even in our little group, we that was like our thing, talk about Insecure. So
I love
y'all. It. This is a male dominated group, y'all.
A male dominated group, and we was in there. All of us watched it.
Yeah, y'all be up before me talking about y'all watching. Who watched Insecure last night? Yeah.
No, but I'm an Issa fan though. I'm an Issa fan. I love any show that's well written.
Yeah.
Like I pay attention to the writing.
Yeah.
And I always can tell when writing is getting boring. I can tell when writing is getting lazy. Mm-hmm. I thought Insecure was always very sharp. Mm-hmm. And I just thought it was good. Like, but last episode I was always Team Lauren.
Yeah.
I wanted Lawrence to do well. I wanted him and Issa to get back because I always felt like the characters, they was real, and I always thought they were compatible because she was awkward in her own little way.
Yeah.
He was awkward in his own little way.
Yeah.
And it took him some time to find himself.
Yeah.
And to get his life going. Same with her.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, they came back together. They probably wasn't no good for each other in the beginning.
Yeah.
But in the end, they came back, and now you see what happened. Obviously, he had a baby. He had different relationships when they was broken up. She had different relationships when they was broken up. But all the dudes she was with, dating in the show, I never liked them.
Well, I can tell you that a lot of people like Daniel.
Yeah, a lot of women like Daniel. A lot of women like Daniel.
We were not mad if she ended up with Daniel. A lot of people was hoping that at the end of the season that he was gonna come back. Yeah, so we weren't mad about Daniel. We weren't mad about Daniel.
But Daniel didn't seem like he was her type, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
I think out of all of them, he was the closest I felt like he was more her type than Nathan. Like, I know why she dated Nathan. And
Nathan was trash.
I don't think he was trash. I think it made sense to where she was going in her life at that time and then growing, and both of them kind of growing. I think he was just what she needed at that point. But I don't know that
Ayanna Van Zant. That's what Nathan needed.
Yeah, okay. Nathan still had his issues, but you know, again, like I said, Lawrence did too. Like, even in the last episode, bro, or the second to last episode, when he really fought for Issa, it was almost like it wasn't an original thought. It was because his friend told him, "You ain't even go out to get her. Like, you let her go." You know, but that was just like that was always Lawrence's thing. It's just like he didn't move until somebody put the thought into his head, which is irritating to women. It really is. It's just like, why can't you think like you don't have your own brain? Like, you know, so but
Lawrence had to really get himself together in that show.
He did, and I think that was a part too that was good too, bro. That they showed, like you said, the growth, and I think they showed the reality too that you can get back together, but it's a rough path. It's a rough patch. Like, you know, Issa has to be okay with this baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a serious thing, you know. But you know, yeah, I would have been, like I said, I would have been okay either way if she wouldn't have ended up with Lawrence and she ended up with somebody else, as long as she was happy. Because, like I said, sometimes I think people romanticize getting back with the exes, and a lot of times it's not. A lot of times exes are exes for a reason, and you don't, like you said, it's a difference when it's a situation where people just wasn't growing, and she needs time to grow, they need time to grow in it, you know, and they had to get themselves together to truly get back together, and they really had a love. Like, a lot of times we just have these attachments to people because of we've known them since our childhood, and that doesn't necessarily mean we're compatible. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's just be based in toxic behavior, and just like you said, it's just being familiar and not necessarily good. And then people get with people and then they're not happy, and then they get to cheating because it's just like, well, I've known her for 30 years. Well, that's all you do is know her.
That's all you do is know her. Yeah.
That's all you do is know her. You know what I'm saying? So it was a catch-22 on them getting back together. But I love, you know, I'm a girl, so I love those kind of stories. And if you got an ex that was a good guy, and you end up back with him, you know, hey.
Yeah, because like you said,
leave the trash was in the garbage though.
Oh, ouch.
Working
time number 2. Leave the trash in the garbage.
Yeah, leave them in the garbage. So
I'm writing that down. Leave the trash in the garbage. So that's 2 titles potentially we got.
Crazy, bro.
I like that. Hey, our titles be catchy. That's what we on right now.
They do.
Well, I mean, you know, Insecure, great show. Let's see what Issa has up her sleeve now. She's married now. So let's see
if she has some babies on the way.
Sleeve. She might have some babies on the way. So let's see what's going on. And let's also pay attention to, like, What's her name? Yvonne. What's her last name?
Yvonne Orji.
Orji. Let's see what her career, where she goes to now.
Did you watch her special's kind of funny on HBO?
It's funny as hell.
Yeah, it was actually pretty funny.
As hell.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked the movie that she had with L'Oreal. That was funny to me too.
What was the name of that?
I think it was called like Vacation with Friends or something like that.
Oh yeah. I didn't see that. Yeah. I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, with John Cena.
Yeah. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I thought it was decent.
So I mean, let's see what they do. Like I said, all of them can act. I think all of them are super talented. We'll just see what happens next.
Yeah.
By Insecure. I was upset though, no power though. I was really mad.
I know.
I hate when they take weeks off. I hate it.
I know.
I be needing my fix.
I need my fix too, bro. Yeah, I need, because now when I finally got on the power train, it was just like, okay, I'd be up early in the morning to watch it.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah,
early in the morning before everybody.
Yeah, because all y'all friends gonna be posting spoilers, so
like my one homie, you know him too.
I know who you talking about
boy,
too.
Hey,
he'll be like, he'll post it. He'll be like, so Tariq just gonna kill. He's gonna kill Molly like that. Like, really? Seriously?
Yeah, Tariq in jail, y'all. So
yeah, I can't stand him.
I inbox him every time. I be like, boy, you a fool, boy. I said you a
he
fool.
Dumb. I know exactly who you talking about too. He dumb.
That boy something else, man. Before we get into our end of the year stuff, you been paying attention to the NFL, NBA?
Yes and no. This week was so busy. I haven't watched a lot of basketball or football actually this week.
But have you paid attention to like today? They came out and said 96 NFL players tested positive.
Damn. Yeah.
I'm thinking like it's getting close to the playoffs here. Like I'm getting nervous.
You know what? They may have to do another bubble situation for the playoffs.
But it's hard to do for NFL though.
Yes.
You got so many people.
Yeah, it's hard for the NFL. They're gonna have to figure out something.
Can you imagine you got a playoff game and let's say Tom Brady can't play? Let's say Matthew Stafford can't play.
Yeah, that's not.
Let's say, you know what I'm saying? Like
if Matthew Stafford or if Tom Brady can't play, they canceling that game for sure.
I mean, just okay. For a perfect example, the Colts played Sunday. They won, right? They needed to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz tested positive on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just how it's going. Like,
yeah.
And then the NBA, it seemed like NBA every day. Like Draymond got it now.
Yeah. And then it's just like, again, it's just like, it seems like the symptoms are not like they were with the first strain of COVID, with COVID-19.
Yeah.
But it's still bad enough. It just spreads faster. That's what I heard.
Faster. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, bro.
I just hope these playoff games for NFL don't get affected because there's a lot of money that gets bet on these games.
Yeah.
And
I'm one of the bettors.
Yeah, and it's I mean, you got teams out here like I'm with you. I don't know if I want to play a playoff game without my starting quarterback.
Right.
I get a week 9, week 10 game, but we talking about
the playoff.
Cowboys versus the Packers, and Dak Prescott got to sit.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
we're gonna have to reschedule.
Yeah, like. But Tise, again, like you said earlier, money, dollars trump everything.
Oh yeah, that's why they're shortening the quarantine time, because that way, if people do get it, you know what I'm saying, and 10 days versus 5 days is a big difference. So if somebody do test positive on a Sunday, they can be out of quarantine by by the next game. So
and the NFL is thinking about not testing the asymptomatic people.
But how do you know that they're asymptomatic though?
I guess they're saying like, so if I come in and I test positive, but the next day I have no symptoms. Okay, day 3 you can play like that, like you back. Versus, all right, I'm asymptomatic. Versus testing me every day. You know what I mean? So what they're trying to is get players to come back sooner, versus having to wait 10 days or a week before they can come back.
But yeah, but if you test positive for it, even without any symptoms, and if you got it and you're around people, that means you're spreading it.
Well, I think the NFL is like, no, we're gonna kind of like.
I mean, that means you're spreading it. I mean, you're spreading it to people, and everybody may not have that NFL, that NFL access to healthcare.
I know. I don't know. You see what the Bulls did? The Bulls literally spread it to everybody within their organization.
Yeah, like, even Stacey King them had.
Stacey King was sick. The other dude that do the radio, the old white guy, he was sick. Stacey King said he'll be back tomorrow. But he was out for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or longer.
Yeah. It seemed like longer.
He said on Twitter, he was like, I'm going to tell y'all something. He said, this is real. He was like, this is the hardest thing I've ever dealt with. And he was like, thank God I got the vaccination, because with my health condition, I would have been in a hospital. I was like, damn, Stacey was messed up.
Yeah, it's serious,
Now Lonzo Ball got it. I thought Lonzo Ball was gonna be cool. Now he got it.
Yeah, the whole team. It went through the whole team.
It went through the whole team.
But it's every NBA team is gonna be going through that. So
everybody going through it.
Yeah. Well, and then it's like messed up too, because it's a respiratory type of virus. It's just like, for people that have to run back and forth, like that's going to affect them. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear what Allen Robinson said?
He
came back today. Was his first day back. He's been gone for 2 weeks because of COVID. He said he lost 10 pounds. He said that's how much weight he lost because of COVID. So now he said it's so hard for him to even try to get on a treadmill, because like I can believe it. Respiratory.
Yeah, it's gonna take as much as they want people to bounce back, everybody's not going to have that bounce back like that. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute. Yeah.
It is going to take a minute. And like you said, it's one of the, by being a respiratory virus, that's hard.
Yeah.
Because it does damage to your lungs.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't just come back in and just be like, oh, yeah, I'm good now. So.
Right. It don't work like that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. Well, let's get into what I wanted to get into, our topics for the end of the year. So what's your favorite moment of the year, or your moment that you're going to remember from 2021? I got mine. Mine easy.
Well, my moment I'm going to remember is my 40th birthday dinner. That was really, really, it was with my family and my friends. I mean, the whole weekend was dope for me turning 40. Started off, I think we went to the cigar lounge with a few of our friends. I had a little bowling day with my cousins, and then I had a dinner on my actual birthday. And that was just an amazing weekend. So kicked it. We did, man. We kicked it. I had a good time. I felt the love, and I really needed it, because sometimes, like, me being a person that's a giver and always doing for people, and people always do for me too. So it's definitely a two-way street. But sometimes I'm always focused on other stuff and not on myself, and so it felt good for people to shower me with love. And because like I said, I've had I don't talk about my problems like that, but the last 2 years, 2-3 years have been rough for me, for various reasons, whether it been, health reasons, whether it's been financial. It ain't been easy, so even the top of the year started off really, really rough. So, but I got through it, and I'm getting through it, and it's just getting better. I'm still a G, man. So that's been a blessing. So that was a highlight for me. And the next one would be just starting our show and starting my blog. Like that was big, bro. Because we talked about it for a long time, and just going forth, doing it And now on episode 21, that's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So those are my two highlights for the year that, you know, memorable for me. So those are my two.
Okay. My two, I only got two. First one is us buying a house.
Nice, yeah. And their house is nice, y'all.
The way we, you know, first thought about it and how we planned it. And y'all, we planned it during the pandemic. Like, honestly, during the pandemic, it actually made us sit our ass down and like, okay, let's focus on what we need to do while ain't nothing going on, while we can't spend no money. So, and that's what we did. We put it all together. It took some work. You know, it was a lot of arguments,
yeah,
a lot of stress. You know, it was. I learned that whenever you're trying to do something together with your spouse, there's always like outside forces that try to get you to be distracted because, you know, that's just that's the world. You know, I'm not saying it's the devil. I'm just saying
right.
It's just always something. So when we finally was able to get to closing or get the approval, like it was like small wins, and then when we actually got to closing and being closing that day, just realizing like, damn, we did it, and this was a goal to do that.
Yeah.
So accomplishing and getting that house, that was a big deal for us. It was a big deal for me as a man too, because you know, you want to have something you can show. You want to show your kids like this is what you're supposed to do when you. For me, that's being successful. Everybody has their own definition of success,
right?
But for me, that's being successful.
Yeah.
I want to show my kids that's what you can do.
Yeah.
The second thing, starting this podcast because this was always something I wanted to do. Like 5 years ago, I kept always thinking about it. I remember you telling me you should start it, bro. You need to start your podcast, bro, to other people.
Yeah.
So the fact that we doing this together, is huge. So that's a big moment.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, episode 21, we started it. We just jumped out there, and it's been real good for me because it's like therapy because I'm able we able to talk about this, talk about things, talk about topics. And then the fact that people we got around us actually listen to the show.
Right.
They actually encourage us to keep going.
Yeah.
And I just think it's going to get even better and even doper.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
those are my two moments that I'll never forget for 2021. So I'm going to always remember 2021.
For sure. 2021 was a good year. It was a good year. Despite everything, at the end of the day, it was a good year.
Yeah, it was. It was a good year.
Yeah.
So, hopefully 2022 will be even better and everybody's pockets will be fatter.
For sure.
And we can get these sponsors to fatten up these pockets for some of that podcast.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's the key word for next year. Sponsors. Yeah.
So speaking of the year review, let's get to it. Give me your top 5 albums of 2021.
Bro, you know what? At first I was like, this is gonna be hard. Because I was like, I couldn't remember, like, because it be, you know, I always say it be so much music come out, and I listen to everything at least once, and then it be stuff that is just some albums stick with me more than others. So I'm gonna just give you the 5 that I probably listen to the most. And then give you like the honorable mentions that you know that are good that I probably don't listen to as much, but they were good albums that people won't listen to. Y'all go there. So for me, ain't no particular order. Probably is a particular order because this is probably my favorite of the year. Jazmine Sullivan, Hotels, for sure. That's heavy rotation for me. Her, Back of My Mind. That's another one heavy rotation for me. And Evening Will Six with Silk Sonic, Bruno, and Anderson Paak. That's another one for me. And this is where it gets like tricky. So, so I got like Certified Lover Boy Drake. That's I listen to that a lot, and Donda, Kanye.
Yeah.
But then like close behind that is King's Disease too, with by Nas. Like that shit was really super dope. I definitely listened to that a lot. And then I would throw in Wale's album as well. Those the one that he got this year. What was it? Folarin or something like that too. Yeah. That was dope. So those are probably the top. Let's see, how many is that? That's really like seven. That I think I named, but those are. Then I want to mention too. That was a good album. Those two good albums that I forgot to go back to as much as I want to, but I still save them in my library. But Lucky Day, Table for Two is good, and Division and Dolla $ign, they did an album together.
They did an album, yeah.
Yeah, they did a lot of remixes as far as just using old sampling. That was another dope album. So those are my albums for the year. It's probably a whole bunch more. Like I said, it's so many that come out like every doggone week, and I try to save. Man, bro, I'm like I went back to look and see what I had saved, and I was just like, I got a lot of albums in here, but the ones I mentioned is probably the ones I for sure listen to the most, and y'all check them out. Y'all check them out.
Well, for me, I don't have them in no particular order, but these are my five best albums I think of the year. First, I ain't gonna lie, Jazmine Sullivan Hotels.
Man.
That had me fired up.
That was a good one.
Because I'm a fan of hers. And so when she dropped that album, I thought it was like completely opposite of what I've used to with her.
Yeah. So for everybody.
I love that album.
She came with it.
From song 1 all the way through, even with her interludes.
Yeah.
Then she had my girl Ari on there, and I love Ari Lennox.
Yeah.
And also with that album, I've never listened to anything Anderson .Paak made, but that verse that he has with that song, that's cold.
Anderson .Paak is dope, bro. Like I was late to the Anderson .Paak training. I forgot who put me on him a few years ago. Somebody sent me something, and I went back and listened to all his albums. And dude is dope.
He is dope.
Super dope.
Yeah, I started listening to other stuff.
He's super dope because he rapping and he singing and he plays instruments.
I didn't know the instrument part.
He's like a little Prince. He play a lot of instruments.
Right.
He is. Yeah,
dude, talented.
He's very talented. Super talented dude.
He's talented, man. That album, that Hotels is probably my favorite album.
Yeah, it's definitely mine for the year for sure.
The next one is it's going to surprise a lot of listeners and a lot of people who know me. But King's Disease 2.
King's Disease 2, man. That's that heat, bro.
I still think that's the best rap album released this year.
Yeah.
And
it was
I know
really
it's gonna
good.
Surprise a lot of people because it's Nas. But
I'm surprised you said. I only know it because I knew that you liked that album, so I like the album I ain't totally shocked no more. But when you first told me, I was definitely like, "What?" Yeah.
I still listen to it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I still listen to it. I mean, I thought everybody went crazy because of the Lauren song. I was like, okay,
that song was good, but it wasn't the best song.
It's a little overrated
to me.
It's not the best song on there to me.
Yeah.
But I love the album. I still listen to it. I'm probably gonna still listen to it because it's replay value.
It is
for me. That's why I'm still listening to it. The next one, a lot of people probably didn't hear this project, but I thought it was dope because I'm a fan of his when he was back in the day, and that's AZ Do It Die Too. That album was cold.
All right.
And the reason why
I don't know if I listened to it, but I'm gonna check it out
because of the production. AZ had production from Hit Boy, a few other producers, but AZ didn't try to sound like the new sound either.
Right.
AZ stayed the same.
Yeah.
Which is what I like.
Yeah.
The joint he got with Wayne, the joint he got I think with Ross, That's a really good album. I call it the album for the old head.
All right. I'm gonna check it out.
It's a good album. I like it a lot. The next one, probably my second favorite album of the year, and that's CLB, Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Lover Boy, yeah, it was dope.
Me and Aubrey, we don't get along. Okay, yeah. It's hit or miss. It's hit or miss with me with his music.
Yeah.
There's some albums I hate of his. There's some albums I love of his.
Yeah.
I really like Certified Lover Boy.
Certified Boy.
I don't think I'm not calling it a classic. I don't know if it will.
Yeah, I don't think it's like one of his best albums, but it was for this year. It was good.
But it has some nice bops on there.
Yeah, for sure.
That I like, especially TSU, especially Too Sexy.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously I love the track with him and Jay.
Yeah,
but I like the album. That's a decent album.
Yeah, that was good.
Here's the album. My last one is the album that I didn't think I was gonna like.
Because
of Dude.
But Dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
I ended up really, really, really liking Donda.
Yeah.
I really liked Donda.
Yeah, Donda was good. You can say what you want to say about like Kanye, but Kanye, he is a musical genius. He gonna put that music together. You know, he gonna put that music together, and Donda he do a damn really good job at it. Yeah.
Production wise, Donda was good. Dude can really put together some songs.
Yeah.
And obviously, I like the song about Guess Who's Going to Jail Tonight. I like that. But I like some other stuff on there that I never thought I'd like on that album. So I'm still listening to the album. So it's got some replay value. So those are my 5, T.
That's a good 5, bro. That's a good 5.
Those are my 5.
I'm gonna post both of our lists on there and see what everybody, what's the feedback from the people and what they albums was of the year. But I got a feeling a couple of ours are the same, and I think a couple of them are probably going to be in general, for people that our listeners that, Certified Lover Boy, King's Disease, and I think Hotels, most people that we know probably listen to those 3. So,
probably, yeah. Most people know those.
Yeah, but people might be surprised to hear about like the AZ album. So they should check that out.
I liked it a lot. I really liked it a lot. Now, with the movies, now I didn't have 5 movies. It was hard for me because I feel like in 2021 there wasn't a lot that came out.
Yeah.
I felt like it was more stuff that came out on the streaming platforms.
Yeah.
Like on Netflix and other stuff. But for me, the best movie in 2021 that I liked was Black Messiah.
Okay.
I thought that movie was great because I think the story of Fred Hampton needed to be told.
For sure.
And people need to know that this was a young black man, 21 years old, that pretty much could have changed the way Chicago gang structure and culture could have been.
Yeah.
And, at the time, he wanted all people to work together, not just black, but all.
Absolutely.
And he believed in doing for self.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, in our neighborhood, we got people who gonna teach these kids. We got a food program.
Yeah.
He didn't believe in going asking for handouts to the oppressors.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
For them to show that movie and show how he was killed, murdered, assassinated. I'm gonna use all them words.
Yeah.
I think, like for my kids, they loved it.
Yeah.
They never heard of who Fred Hampton was.
Yeah.
So they needed to see it, and that was my favorite movie of 2021.
Yeah, I everything you said, bro, I agree. Like that's on my list of my favorite movies of the year because I've always, from the moment I learned about Fred Hampton, he's been someone I've been obsessed with learning more about. So I definitely thought the story needed to be told on a bigger level and bigger platform, and it definitely was. And like you said, one thing about brought Fred Hampton. As much as he been a part of Black Panthers and wanted good for Black people, he wanted good for all people, because the truth of the matter is it's poor people in all races. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is what he was trying to do is there's more power if we all get together. Sure, we can have a Black alliance here, and we can have a Polish alliance here, and we can have a Hispanic alliance here, and Asian. But what would happen if we all put this together and all of us work together against the people that are working against poor people? Yeah. You know, that's the thing, that the it's really more classism. Our country is definitely rooted in racism, but even within the racism, you know, there's a class system too that, you know, that's really, if you can get the green, you know, you can it's different for you. You know what I'm saying? And you have access to more things. So, you know, I just think that's definitely on my list of movies that I definitely enjoyed for the year. And if y'all haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Judas and the Black Messiah.
Great movie.
Definitely great movie.
The dude who played him, I thought was fantastic.
Daniel Kaluuya.
I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I thought the cast was good. It was
good, bro.
It was a great movie. It was a great movie. And me being a Fred Hampton, like, I won't say historian, but like, growing up, my dad had always told me about Fred Hampton, who he was, because my dad kind of ran in his circle. My dad knew him, met him a little bit, because of where they grew up at before they moved to the house in Maywood. So, so I've always knew who Fred Hampton was. Like, I knew the story. I knew everything.
Yeah.
I knew about the Black Panthers. You know, I knew like how the Panthers in L.A. Fred, when he started to hear how tight they were with Huey Newton and all them. So I knew about all that growing up from my old man. So seeing this movie was really good. It was dope. I'm glad they didn't mess that up, because that was the story. That was a story that needed to be told.
Yeah, it did. It was good. I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Great movie. Great movie.
In that same vein, I don't know how many movies you got. I got a few that I'll just name. So definitely Judas and the Black Messiah was high on my list. American Skin with Nate Parker. I think that was
that came out 21.
That came out beginning of the year. I remember because I was getting ready to move when I finally watched it. That came out. I think it was out before maybe on indie, you know, maybe like a couple years before, but it didn't do like an official release until 2021. So I watched that in January. I remember
that was
watching
really good.
That was a deep. It's a heavy movie. It's a heavy movie, but I thought it was good. Nate Parker is one of my favorite actors. He's really good. I like when he played Nat Turner. And they try to shit on that movie too.
I love that movie.
They try to shit on that movie too, but because any movie that's killing white people, boy, they try to.
You know, we talked about that. Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Yeah. That was good. And it was another one. You know, I like documentaries. 4 Hours at the Capitol was good.
Very good. I told you. Did you tell me to watch that?
You told me to watch it. No, you told me to watch it. Yeah, you told me to watch it, and that was a good one. And I had a couple more. Then I mean, you know, I like to watch movies, but so this is like off our deep end. Suicide Squad was that shit, y'all. So the one that came out this year, it was crazy. It was crazy, but if you like, it wasn't like completely gory, but if you just like random heads getting cut off and random, you know, violence and blood, Suicide Squad.
My old man, he loved it.
Yeah, that movie was good.
He loved it. My old man,
it's a good combination of funny and, you know, action. So that was good. And then my last one, well, okay, I'm gonna say my last two would be also my last one. I'll just do one. The last one was The Harder They Fall. I
gotta finish that.
The Harder They Fall is the Western with Regina King and Idris Elba and forgot the rest of the people in there, but good movie. So those are my top 5.
Okay.
Those are my top 5 or 6 on how many I named, but those are my picks for great movies of 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tise, you did some. Yeah, you got some nice movies. I forgot all about American Skin.
Yeah.
All about that.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
That movie there. I mean, that movie. I remember when it first came out. I remember like it was some people who lost friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because that movie was deep.
Yeah.
The whole movie was based upon that whole conversation in that police station.
Yeah.
That they had back and forth.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, that's a conversation I think needs to happen in real life sometime. Like,
yeah.
Because dude,
if it was you,
yeah,
because the thing, if it was flipped around, and like you killed my son, and you get to go back home to your son. Why should I let you go back home to your son? Why shouldn't you feel what I feel? You know what I'm saying? And it was sad, man. And maybe it's one of the movies that makes you mad, makes you angry, because it's just like, trying to do everything right and your son still gets killed. And these is not bad kids. These ain't bad kids. It's just like, yeah.
And like you said, put yourself in my shoes. And,
yeah.
And, I listen to Minister Farrakhan a lot, and
I
never get.
Bo's talking about me. He's the one.
I never forget what he said. He was like, until he said they're gonna keep killing us, but they can get away with it. But when we start killing them, then they're gonna want to talk.
Yeah.
Then they don't want to sit down and be like, what can we do? But I hate to say it, but that's what American Skin was talking about.
Yeah. And that's what somebody said too, bro. Like I think I remember a lady, she was in an interview, maybe around the time of this movie, and she was saying that's what America is scared of with Black people, because Black people are not the initiators of violence in America. That was that was done by white oppressors, white slave masters, and the people under them, and white nationalists, and all these people that are gun obsessed. That type of behavior was started by them. They are afraid that if the tables turn, because of all the shit that happened to us, what would we do if we get the power in our hands? If the guns are in our hands, what will we do with it? And it's a scary thing to think everybody ain't gonna be even tempered. Yeah, some people are gonna inflict the same, thing, but Black people are and have always been a gracious and forgiving people to a fault sometimes, and
and it's to a fault. You're right.
Sometimes, forgiveness is good because it releases us. You know what I'm saying? From just from the stress of being upset. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people take advantage of that.
That's true.
Take advantage of it. So.
And speaking of that, it's another doc you need to watch on Netflix. That's called 137 Shots. I
started that one, but I didn't finish it.
That is really good.
I gotta finish that one.
That's gonna make you mad. You're gonna have a roller coaster of emotion.
Yeah. I started it, but I gotta finish.
You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be sad, and then when it goes off, you're gonna be like, well, damn, like you gonna. It's good. It's really good.
I'm gonna check it out.
I never knew anything about this shooting that happened in Cleveland, because it's based on. Yeah. So it's really good. So
I'm gonna check it out. I will, like I said, I did start it, but I gotta finish it because I don't know why I watched it one night late, and I'm like I fell asleep, and so I gotta finish it.
It's worth it. It's really worth watching, and it all goes back to like everything that was going on in this country. Yeah, it's two Americas. So I just leave it like that.
You know it. You already know. You already know. You already know, bro.
Yeah. So, all right, Tise. Well, it's Happy New Year to the listeners.
Happy New Year to the listeners. By the time y'all see this, it'll be the New Year. Maybe, right? Or maybe New Year's Eve. But we appreciate y'all, man. It's been a good year for us. It's been a good ride. It's been we've had our challenges, but we getting there, and like Moses said in the beginning, we're just gonna get better, and we appreciate everybody who reach out to us or encourage us. Even my homie Eddie of he worked for True Chicago Sports, and I had posted today just something about the show. And, they have their own podcast, and y'all check them out too. Definitely. But it just be, just little stuff. It may be like, so he asked the question like, is it available on all platforms? And I'm like, yeah, duh. But you know what? I didn't post that though. I didn't put that in I didn't put the link in the post. You know what I'm saying? So little stuff like that, little tips that people who've been doing this to help us. You know what I'm saying? It's been cool.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Eddie. Good looking
yeah,
out,
it's been cool. For real. Yeah. So just little stuff like that, and people that got that helping out with the software. Shout out to Amon. That's the homie from Corner Convo. Definitely, Podcast, he always, he definitely give me a lot of tips and stuff as far as editing and things like that. So. We got a good support system, and I appreciate everybody else, that's always listening, and that's always, even if you don't comment on YouTube or on Facebook and stuff like that, we do get people, our friends, they send us messages all the time, and we definitely appreciate it. So much love to everybody.
Much love to everybody, man, and love to my brothers at Reasonable Ignorant Podcast.
Yes, those also the homies for sure.
Them the homies, them my brothers. They we record every Wednesday night. So we appreciate the love from everybody out there, and please continue to subscribe.
Definitely.
Like 2022, we're gonna hopefully do it even bigger and better.
Yeah.
With this great podcast. For sure. All right, hey, last thing, go Bears, and by next week when we do this podcast, we may have a new football coach.
Lord, if you hear us, if you hear us, Lord, if you just give us a new one, Lord. Yeah.
The prayer hands.
Man, we need that new coach, Now you gotta go.
We have a new coach, but
now you gotta go because we gotta free Justin. So
we gotta free. I'm about to put that up there again. Yeah, free Justin. We'll do that again.
Yeah, definitely. All right, then. Well, thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all next week.
Happy New Year.